In the quaint town of Willow Creek, shrouded in the fragrance of cherry blossoms, lived Benjamin Holt, a retired history teacher with a secret that had gnawed at his conscience for 30 years. The spring festival was in full sway, the streets wavy with pastel banners and the laughter of children chasing through the petals that carpeted the earth like snow. It was during this festival, 3 decades ago, that Ben's life had changed in ways no one but he knew. Benjamin, then a vibrant man in his 30s, was known for his dedication to his students and his passion for integrating local history into his lessons. What wasn't known was his affection for Sarah Jennings, a fellow educator, whose smile could outshine the brightest day. Their friendship was the subject of benign envy. However, beneath his composed exterior, Ben harbored feelings for Sarah that transcended mere friendship. He was in love with her, hopelessly and utterly. Sarah was married to Michael, his colleague and the town's beloved football coach. Their marriage, seemingly perfect, was admired by all, which only compounded Ben's guilt and longing. Every time he saw them together, a part of him crumbled a little more. But during the spring festival of that fateful year, Sarah confided in Ben about the troubles in her paradise. Michael, as it turned out, was not the man everyone thought he was. Away from the public's eyes, he was different, harsher, and Sarah felt trapped. One night, after the festival had died down, Sarah and Ben found themselves walking along the creek. The world awash in moonlight and the scent of fresh blossoms seemed to understand the gravity of their conversation. It was then that Sarah, in tears, expressed a wish to leave Michael. She was afraid, she confessed, not just of the emotional fallout, but for her safety. Ben consoled her, taking her hand, feeling the tremor of her fears. And it was at that moment, driven by emotion and a desperate urge to protect her, that Ben offered to confront Michael on her behalf. Days after their conversation, fueled by a mixture of protective rage and pent-up jealousy, Ben confronted Michael. It happened in the secluded part of Willow Creek's old gymnasium, where echoes died at the walls. The discussion escalated, harsh words turned to shoving, and in one fateful moment, propelled by anger and fear, Ben pushed Michael. The fall was awkward, more severe than intended, and it was enough. Michael hit his head on the ground. Hard. Too hard. Panic overtook Ben as he knelt beside Michael, checking for a pulse that was no longer there. Overcome with horror at what he had done, Ben dragged Michael's body to his car, drove to a remote part of the creek, and under the cover of darkness, he made it look like a tragic accident. The next morning, Willow Creek woke to the news of the beloved coach's untimely accident. Mourning enveloped the town. Sarah, bereft but safe, never knew of Ben's role in it. She eventually left Willow Creek, carrying with her a melancholy that mirrored Ben's own. He stayed, living under the weight of his secret, watching the town heal from a wound it didn't understand, one that he had inflicted. Now, as the cherry blossoms bloomed once more, with the town under the spell of the festival, Ben found himself at the creek, the same spot where he had sealed his fate and Michael's. It was time to confess, he decided, not just to unburden his soul, but to give Michael the justice he had denied him, and perhaps, in doing so, find a semblance of peace. Walking up to the sheriff's office, his heart heavy with the blossom scent, he knew this confession might cost him his freedom, but it was a price he was now ready to pay. His trembling hand on the door, he stepped inside, ready to bring the truth to light.